I had to go to Home Depot this week, and my adventure just happened to be there was a castle where I had to go. It was an hour, a little over an hour drive. It was supposed to be Plaistow, New Hampshire. We ended up in Haverhill, Massachusetts, which is right next door, and found Winnekenni Castle in the middle of the city. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was pretty cool. I could see it as being a place to do my next recital since they offer that as an event venue. Have to get a couple peeps out here first. Anyways, enjoy the tour and I will see you guys next week. Bye! Native American workbench, which is this stone at my feet. The triangle pieces are templates. The triangle grooves are templates. The larger one was for deer, bear, and moose. The smaller one was for beaver, squirrel, pheasant, and partridge. Chipping method. Flint knapping is what it was called, is how the arrows were made. One piece of the stone is hit hard to cut into the downsize. So you can see where the arrow markings are. Tyler shelter, donated by Mrs. Tyler in memory of her husband for people to rest and come in out of the rain. The carriage barn, which I am assuming is the building. The leftmost building was originally one-story building, renovated into 2 stories in the earlier 20th century. The carriage barn was where Dr. James Nichols, a brilliant chemist and agriculturist who had Winnekenni Castle built as his summer home. This, people, is a summer home. To a house, his horses and carriage, which would be used for transportation, to use around Haverhill, to travel around Haverhill. Picture of Winnekenni Castle is 1-story extension in the rear, was built by William G. Webb, so apparently there's an addition. He owned it, and the carriage barn on the left, he added the 2nd story, closer view of the carriage barn as it once was. I'm assuming, since it's got the garage door on it, this is the carriage barn. Let's go see what that last placard says out in front. This is pretty cool. The Charlton Fountain, founded in one of Haverhill's few remaining municipal artifacts of the 19th century. I'm not really sure where the fountain is. Might be someplace else on the property. Donated in 1892 by James Charlton, who is remembered for preserving the Whittier, John Greenleaf Whittier birthplace. His gift to the city was a 12-foot cast iron fountain in 1913. The fountain was moved from Gale Park on Canosa Avenue to its present location in Winnekenni Park, where it remains today, awaiting restoration. Well, I don't see a fountain. And it's not behind here. What a cool job, though, to live here in the caretaker's apartment. Woof, that's cool. Maybe the fountain is over by the deer, I don't know. Or maybe it's inside. Maybe it's stuff that's inside and you just don't get to see that stuff right now. He did say that there's a placard over there in the woods. You know what, let's walk down there while I'm thinking about it. This placard over here, he said, is a mortar and pestle of what the Indians used to grind their flours and meals and stone and whatever their Indian weed were smoking in the peace pipe. Let's see what this looks like. Doodly doodly doo. There we go. That is your original mortar and pestle. That would not fit on anybody's kitchen counter. Just so you can get a an idea. It's about 2 feet tall and 3.5, 4 feet long. That is the kitchen table. Native American grinding boulder. Used as a mortar to grind various foods that could be eaten. Would have been in conjunction with a pestle. A club-shaped device for pounding, grinding different substances. Then they would be used for food preparation. Stone, mortar, and pestle tools were normally made from granite rock. Yeah, that looks like it. They would find a stone or boulder with a depression in it, and then they would start working on the depression, and over time, the depression would get bigger, as seen in this particular boulder. Some examples of food that would have been ground into flours are corn, seeds, and acorns. Flours would then have been used to prepare foods such as mush. Yum! Excuse me, sir. Could I have some more? Yeah, mush. Yuck. I think they had that in the movie Annie, too. Onward to look at other signs, because they're all over this place. The guy did say that the Boy Scouts put these signs in to label all the historical things about 2 years ago. Way to go, Boy Scouts. Not really sure if I'm supposed to walk up here, but I can't see it otherwise. That says Megan Daly, keep me in your heart. I'll stay there forever. The Korean dogwood tree. Small deciduous tree that can reach heights of 26 to 39 feet. Couscous dogwood, Chinese dogwood, Korean dogwood, Japanese dogwood are all the same. Came from East Asia and gets the white buds. Of course, you can't really see it because of the shadow, but there's a picture here of white buds and then the thistle, the pink thistle. Not really in bloom right now. Think it's haunted? Think they'll do a ghost tour for me? I doubt it. Douglas fir, spruce, Oregon pine, Colombian pine can grow between 40 and 80 feet. They're important timbers, strong wood for boats, aircraft construction, and ornamental and commonly used for Christmas trees. Dudley Porter Fountain. I really wish I knew what they were talking about with some of this stuff. Maybe this is where it used to actually sit. Maybe some of these signs are just where things used to actually sit and they don't exist anymore. He was a shoe manufacturer, president of the Haverhill National Bank, chairman for the Parks Commission in 1892. Dudley Porter Road, which is now the walking trail, 3 miles long. People and horses stopped at the fountain for a cool drink. If they were riding or walking, they would drink from the lion's mouth. I don't even see a lion, but oh, I guess there it is. Right, maybe there in the center. Mr. Porter died in 1905 in New York. The fountain was donated in his memory by his wife and family in 1906. The Rustic Bridge. The bridge was built in 1905 by Henry P. Frost. The bridge crosses the Millvale Brook. The road is named Dudley Porter Road, which is now the walking trail of the park. In this section that people could rent and ride horses. Along this trail, just before the bridge, is the grove of hemlock trees that are just beautiful. Maybe we have to walk into the woods a little bit. It'd be cool to see it if it's still there. And there's the bathroom with solar panels on it. So obviously, maybe you can flat iron your hair in that outhouse. Another angle of the castle. So some of these are just about the foliage. This is a European larch tree. They drop leaves every autumn, unlike the other evergreens. Earliest tree to leave in the spring, native to Central Europe, the Alps, and the Carpathian Mountains in Eastern Europe, as well as the Pyrenees, with detached lowland population in northern Poland and Lithuania. Widely naturalized in Scandinavia, the larches will grow to be 70 to 100 feet tall. It's tough but flexible wood, so it's good for yacht building. That's a biggin. And yet probably still considered a baby. This is the grounds. This is what this groundkeeper gets to wake up to every friggin' morning. Although I will say this, the hill to get up here was a little bit unsavory, I'm sure, when it's snowing. Japanese maple. Am I close? Do we think I'm right? Is that what we're coming up on? Japanese maple, Japanese maple. Bob, have you done me well? This one is also in memorial of somebody. Little solar lanterns and some flags. So I'm guessing Nicholas J. Marani, forever in our hearts. And Japanese maple, yay! Look at me having some education. Grows to be 20 to 33 feet, as high as 52, from Japan, Korea, China, and Mongolia, Southeast Russia. Palmate maple, smooth Japanese maple or other names for it. The limbs build a dome when it's fully grown, and the leaves become synonymous with high art of Oriental gardens. Okay, let's see what this all is over here. Sitting benches, little memorial, a couple memorials. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is cemetery. These are actual graves. Before I get over there, I bet you these are grave sites. Yep. Cherished memory of Dorothy M. McLennan, 1925 to 2012, Haverhill native, Castle benefactor. Okay, so she kept this place going is my guess, or one of the people that kept this place going. This is pretty cool. This is a great way to be remembered. Without people like that, none of this stuff would ever exist. I wonder if these are these pansies are her favorite flower, maybe, because that's all that's here. And Mr. Stagg. Dedicated to the greatest generation, World War II, 1941 to 1945. That's really cool too. She loved this place. She put a lot into it. A lot of money. Apparently her life. Without this history, we'd never know where we came from. I wish I had money to actually do stuff like this. Who knows, maybe my YouTube videos will be famous someday. And everybody can see the history that I saw generations in the future. Kind of curious if any of those other monuments are actually on the property somewhere, like the bridge and whatnot. Time to take a walk. Aww, it's a crabapple tree. Tree or shrub that can grow 10 to 25 feet high. They are a rosacea family of trees. Eating apples, cooking apples, culinary apples. Crab apples are native to North America and Asia. Bob actually had some in Brookdale, and are grown for the spring flower, display, and decorative fruit. No flowers yet, no fruit. Definitely very shady though. Probably a great place to sit. Maybe that's what Isaac Newton got hit with on the head, was a crab apple. I mean, it's a freaking castle, right? Someone's summer home. Summer home. I hope this guy had family, because what would you do with all this space? And who the hell would want to clean it? Not me. It's probably easy to clean now. Nobody's living in it. Wonder if they have solar up there. Probably not. Do you think they have lawn furniture up there? You think people chill out, have barbecue?